Welcome to the 11i architecture class. In this class, we will go in details about talking about the desktop software, the application tier software, the database tier software. We will talk about the various components at each tier. As we can see from this diagram that the 11i architecture is a three-tier or n-tier architecture. We have the application tier, which is going to hold the form server, report server, your Apache server, your Discoverer server, and your concurrent processing server. The database tier software will only hold your databases and the Oracle homes corresponding to the database. Now the application tier can be spread out into various application tiers which are going to provide various services. In a typical single node install, we have one application tier, and that application tier node is shared with the database tier node. The application tier in this situation, in a single node install, has your HTTP server installed, which is going to provide the web services through Apache Web Server. We also have the form server and the report server and the concurrent processing server on the same node. The database also sits on the same node because we have a single node install. Now there might be a situation where you have to do a 2-node install or a 3-node install, and there can be various nodes of the same type. So you may have the Apache and the form server sitting on the same node, and these nodes can be replicated horizontally through a load balancer server. And you may have the concurrent processing tier separate from the database tier. In a typical 2-node install, we basically install the database in the same node as the concurrent processing node. Now if you are doing heavy duty reporting, you may want to transfer your concurrent processing node into a separate server, and you have a separate server for your database. So we have possibility of spreading each and every component in the application tier on a separate node. The database node can be again a rack node in a cluster environment where you have 5 or 6 machines, also called nodes, and they have a shared storage on which the database files are sitting, and they are accessed by various application server nodes, which can be your concurrent processing node, your form server node, or your web services, your HTTP server node. Oracle Home's 11i apps tier, the application tier. Oracle Home basically is a directory where the Oracle Server software files are installed. The application tier has 2 Oracle Homes. You will have 806 Oracle Home for Appletop, and this 806 Oracle Home is used for linking all the binary files which are part of your Appletop. Second Oracle Home in the application tier is your IAS Oracle Home. Now this IAS Oracle Home is used for Apache and Apache has all the modules plugged into it. Okay, and all the self-service modules like iProcurement, iPayment, iSupplier, etc. are going to use this Oracle Home. Now this is true for the application tier where you have Apache and your form server running, right? If you don't have the web services running, you will not have the IIS Home used. For example, if you have a 2-node install where the concurrent processing tier is in the backend, it is the second tier. The first tier is your forms and Apache. The second tier is your concurrent processing tier. In the concurrent processing tier, there is no use of IIS Oracle Home, although it may be installed. So the logic is, wherever you see an Apple top, you will see an 806 Home. So this is the logic. Wherever there is Apple top, there is 806 Home and IIS Home in a 2-node installs, as I just described. If you have multiple apps tier nodes in a 2-node install, the middle tier, it will have 806 and IIS on each and every server, which is your application server, middle tier. And typically, to get to those servers, you will go through big IP kind of machine, which is going to load balance your incoming connections. So as you're talking about the 2-node install for Oracle applications, the backend is called the database tier. In a typical situation, 2-node install will include 2 machines. The first tier, as I said, has HTTP and form server running and possibly Discoverer server running. In the backend, the database tier will have the concurrent processing server and the database. The concurrent processing server includes the Apple top, and as I said before, wherever you see an Apple top, there should be 806 Home in 11i as of now. And in the database tier, the database is 8i or 9i Oracle server based database. It is not going to be created under 806 or IIS Home. So that is why in 2-node install on the database tier, you will have 3 Oracle Homes: 806, which will be used for the Apple top, the concurrent processing tier, and you will have IIS Home, which may not be used, but it will be still there, and 8i and 9i Home, which is used for your data files. Same logic, wherever you see the Apple top, there must exist 806 Home. And you may have multiple database tiers also, where the concurrent processing is happening in parallel. So in that case, the database must be taken out of that tier and moved into a separate tier, so it becomes a 3-tier install, and that database can be part of RAC